and welcome back. Thank you very much for the love and support in the most recent video. Seriously appreciate it. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Tons more content coming in the future. I know only 50% of my viewer statistics are actually subscribed. That means if you are a new viewer, make sure you do hit that button, as there is plenty more content coming in the future. Same being said for my Twitter account as well. If you do use Twitter, I repost a lot of the information before I cover it in these videos. So it gives you guys a bit of a heads up, plus other content that I don't feature in these videos. Tons of news today about Hedera and the crypto market. So I'm going to jump straight into this one, as there is some decent news across the board. First things first, the total cryptocurrency market cap. So around a couple of days ago, 19th of July, it looks like the markets did form a bit of a local bottom there, with the total market cap being around 795 billion US dollars. And we can see now we're around 895 billion US dollars. So nearly $100 billion of liquidity or capital has flowed back into the crypto markets. Obviously, this is not a lot in the grand scheme of things, considering if we flip back 3 months, we were around a 2.5 billion, I think, at its high point back in the end of 2021. So still loads of headway to make, obviously, to go back to where we were previously. This is still a great opportunity to continue averaging into those positions. However, as I have said many times, make sure you have conviction and you fully understand what you hold. And this is a great visualization of that point. So this is a tweet from CoinMarketCap with some statistics on the top 10 tokens reported by CoinMarketCap during the 2018 bear market. Now, some of those tokens on this list obviously still exist. We've got tokens like Bitcoin, XRP, and Ethereum, and Cardano, etc., that are still around. However, the notable point is that while current investors may believe that DCAing into some or all of the top 10 will best balance risk, it should be noted that almost half of 2017's top 10 crypto tokens by market cap failed to recapture their former glory. And this is for various different reasons. A, either the tech gets outshadowed by something newer, better, and faster, and therefore it never reclaims it. Or B, they were never a sustainable project in the first place. They shot to fame and then burned up miserably. So we can see stuff in here like Bitcoin Cash. I have no idea what that is anymore. NEM as well, don't know what that is. Litecoin, somewhere in the top 10 to 20, I believe. Tron, which I think I did mention on a live stream, that I did make a decent amount of money actually on Tron back in the day. However, where has that gone? That's fallen off a cliff. Obviously, Stellar no longer in the top 10, but still commands a very high market cap and still has a lot of potential for the future. And then you have IOTA as well. So think of the top 10 tokens we've seen recently and where they are today. I mean, we had Luna in the top 10. That's obviously fizzled out completely after that death spiral, mainly fueled by the creator's ego. You've got projects like Solana, which are seeing severe amounts of backlash, which were in the top 10 as well. So tons of different projects there. Just because it commands a high market cap today does not mean it will command a high market cap tomorrow. And this is why you need to understand what you're investing in and what the time horizon and future prospects of that project are going to be. Seriously important. I also wanted to cover this. I did reply to this tweet directly from someone called 𝗟𝗜𝗡𝗏. I believe he is a fairly famous person based on sort of Twitter following and his interactions. However, just wanted to say that, you know, take what people say with a pinch of salt. You're going to see many different creators, influencers, famous people, whatever you want to call them, coming out and saying, I told you so, when the prices or whatever the markets move in different directions. And in my opinion, it's a complete joke. Nobody has a crystal ball. Go and check out some videos of Warren Buffett speaking at press conferences over on YouTube. You know, the man is effectively a living legend when it comes to equities markets. And even he says, we have no idea what is going to happen at the opening bell on Mondays, for example. They've got no clue whatsoever. They can only make informed decisions based on the information that's presented to them. And we can see that here. You know, this guy's turned around and said Bitcoin is now below $19,000, 72% crash from its all-time high in November 2021. Thousands of other shitcoins have lost 99% of their value and disappeared. And even the other top 10 cryptocurrencies have lost 80 to 90% of their value from their all-time high. This Ponzi house of cards is collapsing. So I then responded saying, presume that all of these institutional investment grade funds are also Ponzi schemes then, nothing to do with macroeconomic turmoil at the moment. And then I also gave him, despite him actually being from an economics background. I believe he is an economics author. Simple read on what volatility to assets is and how it is a proxy for risk, which this guy should definitely know. Here's a list of funds suffering their worst ever drawdowns in 2022. And some of these are very similar, if not worse, than what Bitcoin has achieved so far year to date, or from all-time high positions. And we've got some massive institutional funds here with some of the smartest people across the globe managing trillions of dollars across these, and they've still performed just as poorly. So make those comparisons as you wish. And not only that, actually, some very cool people have pulled up some of this guy's previous tweets from 2018 where he said exactly the same thing. So Bitcoin down almost 80% from the peak back in 2018. Rest my case that this crypto bubble went bust for good. Well, it obviously didn't, because it then came back to surpass that all-time high by leaps and bounds in 2021. And then this guy says he feels vindicated, will take a break a few days from the toxic crypto Twitter, waste of time to convince zealots. So there are, unfortunately, this is a dime a dozen. There are tons of people like this on social medias. Just take everything with a balanced opinion. You will have mega bulls on one side and mega bears on the other side. Don't be swayed by your own personal biases as to which information is correct. I obviously try to steer really clear of that, and hence why I talk more about the macroeconomic side of these markets, because in my opinion, that is a better key driver for what's going to happen in the future, as well as talking about the fundamentals of the projects, as you would do with any traditional equity investment in, say, stocks and shares. Right, enough of that. Jumping across to some cryptocurrency news. So some seriously bullish news has come out from Meta, so Facebook, to start testing NFTs in Instagram stories soon. So again, this could seriously trigger some mass adoption, Instagram being one of the world's largest social media websites. And not only that, as well, significant amount of money that is generated from Instagram as a marketing service. So this gives a lot of eyeballs exposure to NFTs, what they are, and potentially will introduce them to new users in a very easy and simple way to use. This could be very great for adoption. Slightly less positive news is that Iran will cut electric power to all of its licensed crypto mining centers to curb energy shortages. And we may see this continue to play out, particularly as obviously there is a bit of an energy crisis at the moment due to the war between Russia and Ukraine. Obviously, a lot of energy is imported from Russia in the form of gas or natural oils into Europe, and then it's spread out through Europe and resold as they are mass wholesalers. We have also seen information from Germany that they're going to be refiring up their coal plants to try and deal with the energy shortage that's currently going around. Any of you that obviously live in the UK or Europe will be feeling the squeeze ever so slightly on those either petrol prices or energy prices, and it goes the same for the rest of these countries. Negative impact on crypto, as it obviously some of those traditional cryptos like Ethereum at the moment in its current form of proof of work and Bitcoin use an incredible amount of energy to provide those hash rates. Positive news again though, Swiss luxury watchmaker Hublot is now accepting Bitcoin and crypto in the United States. And we've also got more information coming out from retailers all the time that they will be accepting cryptocurrency payments for expensive purchases. And not only that as well, I did lose the tweet. However, there is more information regarding applications for spot ETF listings in the United States. So hopefully we do see one of those launched very soon. Again, as I mentioned in previous videos, that would be a ton of additional liquidity to the markets, as well as attention from the world's largest exchanges. CELCIUS short squeeze is trending on Twitter, and here's the reason why. So shorts are in trouble. CELCIUS is a low liquidity token because CELCIUS network has paused withdrawals. An estimated 87% of CELCIUS tokens are locked up on that platform and cannot be moved. This means there's very little liquidity for shorts to buy CELCIUS on the open market and cover their positions. So what people have effectively begun to do is buy up the remainder of the CELCIUS tokens on the open market. So exchanges like FTX, I know, is one, maybe CELCIUS is listed on Binance. They're buying up those tokens and then withdrawing them from the exchanges to remove liquidity. What happens when a short position is taken is at some point they have to, if the price moves towards the upside, at some point they have to close their position. The only way they can close their position is by buying back the tokens they shorted. When you take a short position, you immediately sell the tokens and you're banking on that you buy them back at a lower price, i.e. move towards the downside. If the price begins to move towards the upside, they need to cover that position. They will get a margin call. However, if there's no liquidity, they can't cover the margin call, or they buy the tokens back at an incredible premium above. hopefully reversing some of this fictitious movement towards the downside via people shorting it into oblivion. So we may see some more liquidity issues for whales on exchanges regarding them in short positions for CELCIUS, and this could push some of CELCIUS's price back up towards the upside and could help with their liquidity issue. They have also come out as an exchange and said they are not insolvent, they are in liquid, which mean two different meanings. So insolvency would obviously mean they cannot meet any of the obligations due to them having a lack of funds, effectively bankrupt. Liquid meaning they have the funds, but they are locked up in other forms and they cannot access them easily. It's not free cash flow. And I believe a lot of that is because they were piling it into those Ethereum smart contracts for long-term rewards. And obviously that's come back to bite them during this time of need. I retweeted this the other day. For some reason, they deleted the original tweet and then re-uploaded it. However, the point remains the same. Huge update from Stader Hedera. The staking rewards will continue as they currently are throughout July. Currently, at the time of speaking, this is a greater than 40% APY return yearly. Don't forget that Hbar as well will be supported by dexes like SaucerSwap Labs and Hbar Suite from launch 2. So some really big news, and it just means that the reward distribution will remain the same throughout July. Of course, those rewards were scheduled to end at the end of June. We are obviously still waiting for their V2 unstaking update. And I do believe as well, the reason they are rolling this out is to probably buy themselves a little bit more time, get themselves integrated with that native staking proposal that got pushed through of HIP 406, which does go live at the beginning or middle of July. I think it was July the 14th from memory. So this gives them some time to make sure that they are fully integrated with that. And then their platform supports that proposal built on top of Hedera, so that the transition between these accelerated rewards from the Hbar Foundation to native staking is a little bit more seamless than the rewards sort of drying up and then waiting for the proposal to go through. Regardless, some fantastic news and will enable us to continue earning some Hbar on top of what we already hold. And then obviously my point there as well, don't forget it will be supported by the dexes. We'll be able to earn additional rewards by leveraging that liquidity, the liquidness of the HBAR token. All things NFTs on Hedera at the moment are ramping up massively from that drop to that 𝗟𝗚𝗙𝗘𝗥𝗥𝗔𝗟𝗦 did, where it saw a crazy amount of volume over on Zoo's marketplace and sold out in less than 60 seconds via 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗏. 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗥𝗥𝗙𝗥𝗥𝗔𝗟𝗦 are giving away some more ghost passes. Urge you guys to obviously be following them on Twitter, and they've got a fantastic Discord server as well. 2 for retweets and follows of this tweet, and 3 for the most creative videos and GIFs with this AR filter. At the time of writing, the current floor price for a ghost pass is 2,750 Hbar, which is roughly $213 US. So a seriously large NFT giveaway. Realistically, when you think about it, they're giving away over $1,000 of NFTs on their Twitter account. Make sure you follow them. There are future drops coming, more and more drops each time, and drop 3 should be not too far in the distant future, and obviously I'll be covering that as it goes live. Obviously, you probably saw the hashtags there, NFT New York City 2022. So some Times Square goodness from Hedera, obviously Patches, who is one of the creators of 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗏 Launchpad. And we can see that there is some fantastic advertisements at the moment in Times Square in New York for hedera.com/NFTs, various different projects. I saw 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 moment on Hedera and NFTs. And this obviously goes in conjunction as well with the biggest ever free competition to win NFTs hosted by Trust NFT, Hashstock 2022. If I flick over to their website, you can actually, I believe, get 2 free tickets via this website if you log in and register some interest, and then you have the possibility to win some free NFTs. They're also doing some great things for charity. So Hashstock is an annual celebration of creation on Hedera. Get your wallets on some great content produced by the leading, established and up-and-coming projects on the network, whilst having fun and raising money for an excellent cause. So this is fantastic news across the board. More attention for Hedera and the glowing NFT space at the moment due to the cheap fees and robustness of the network, but also to raise a little bit of money for charity, which is always nice to see. Rounding up the video, I just wanted to talk about a newest development from 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗞𝗦. and they've got a new service called hgraph.io, the first GraphQL API for Hedera's mainnet. Simply get data in just one call instead of hundreds. So effectively what GraphQL enables you to do is minimize the number of API calls a particular dApp or DEX or whatever it may be project on Hedera has to make to retrieve data from different sources. They can all be wrapped up inside one call, which saves time, obviously cost efficiency, loads of different things, and enables builders to work on other areas of interest. If I quickly flick back to their main website, so on their main website, we can see here Hedera data can be accessed via GraphQL, spend less time writing API calls and more time building experiences. Unlimited possibilities and blazingly fast. So it says, gives an example here, tired of making 6 REST API calls to access related data, take a break from REST and query Hedera mirror node data with GraphQL. Lots of different things as well they've got coming soon, transferring Hbar, creating accounts and managing NFTs are all possible using our pre-built mutations. And they also say here, complex multiple round-trip data queries via the REST API become a breeze with hgraph.io. Really, really cool stuff from the team. And hopefully this, again, further accelerates development on top of Hedera, as well as barriers to entry for the ecosystem. This makes building projects on Hedera that much easier. And it's great to see that our incumbents are taking the time to build these tools for a better ecosystem overall. Anyway, that wraps up this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Tons of different Hedera and crypto related news across the board. If you did enjoy the video, leave a like, drop a comment, you've got something to say. I do try and respond to as many of them as I possibly can. That being said, if you enjoyed catch you in the next one. Cheers.